Yo guys, hope everybody is well. Welcome to Monday night, 10 p.m, 17th of December. So wanted to do a bit of a different live stream tonight. Wanted to cover a few things that I've been trying to get people educated on, the fact that obviously, yeah, we're in a bearish market, but what we want to achieve for people at the moment who aren't really savvied up with what they're doing is now is the best time to be learning. So now is the best time to be getting prepared for the next bull market. There is going to be another bull market. It's like any other market. Markets go through cycles. They go through bearish cycles. They go through bullish cycles. So there will be another bullish market. Now, we really want to make sure that you're at least, minimally prepared. And we're going to go back through what some of the biggest mistakes of 2017 and 2018 have been for a lot of people that I've been talking to. And these are people that have absolutely no knowledge of, trading markets or anything like that. These are also people who don't believe in things like technical analysis and that sort of thing. And I want to give you a quick understanding as to why technical analysis is so important. Even if you're not looking to, day trade, swing trade, any of that sort of thing, you still need a very basic understanding of technical analysis to at least look for opportunity for entering the market and then opportunity for exiting the market. So if we go back to sort of mid to early 2017. Now, obviously, anybody that's bought, between the start of 2017 and mid 2017, hopefully those same people have actually cashed out some of their profits or gone back to Tether or somehow cashed in some sort of profit as to their initial Bitcoin investment. Because if they haven't, well then, we're almost back at those levels we were at about 13, 14 months ago now. And that's a shame because, could have had some massive profits all the way on the way up. Myself personally, even when we started to hit, these 4K, these brand new all-time highs of around 4K, 5K US. These were areas of opportunity for me. I cashed out multiple Bitcoin to start paying out certain loans and things. Like I still had a little bit of money owing on a 370Z. Paid that out completely. That's just one less thing that I have to worry about as far as a monthly payment, so on and so forth. Up through all these ranges, I took profit to live, basically to live for months at a time. And then, hopefully some people cashed out as well. Now, I know some people personally who didn't cash out pretty much anything. Again, fear of missing out, greediness, all that sort of stuff. Now, with at least a basic understanding of technical analysis, which I've set up completely free on this site, startcrypto.online, right? I'll just paste that in the chat. Now, if you come under trading content, beginner's course, completely free course there. Now, this course gives you the basics of technical analysis and fundamental analysis on crypto to at least give you an understanding of where you should be entering the market, where you should be exiting the market, taking profits, so on and so forth. And we're getting to that point where it's becoming really crucial to start learning if you don't know so already, because the kind of level we're at the moment is going to be a big level of support, okay? And if we keep going down further from here, each level of support below this, if we start breaking these, becomes more and more apparent. Because if we start breaking lower than, say, 3K, for example, the lower the price of Bitcoin, the more eyes start to watch it, okay? And that's when we start to get people, institutions and stuff starting to look at it as well, because they're not gonna buy at the top at like 20K. They know a bearish market is coming. Everyone knows a bearish market is coming at some point. They're not going to buy. They're not going to fear of missing out into a market that's just crazily accelerated massively, because if you've already missed the move's gone. You know what I mean? You need to wait for that to come back into play. Now, just seeing if this is still live. My live dashboard's just gone a bit haywire. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure we're still live. Yep, still live. Okay, cool. Still says we're live. It was just going a bit weird. So along the way, guys, if anyone's got any questions, just chuck them up in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer questions along the way. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep talking about what I'm talking about. So now we're starting to get to the point where it's becoming really important to at least learn the very basics if you don't know so already. And what the very basics are going to save you are, they're going to save you or make you a lot more money in the long run, because you can understand that where you've bought is a good value area, and say where you're cashing out along the way up to, if we get back to a 20K US Bitcoin, you obviously want to cash out some Bitcoin at that time. If you're buying down here at 3K and we get back to 20K, that's like 6.5 times profit. You know what I mean? So that's massive profit. Now, that's the kind of this is when people say they don't believe in TA or technical analysis as a scam and things like that, is because if people are saying that and they're in the market, they have to have bought in at some point and they have to look to exit at some point, okay? Now, if they've got no understanding of the market at all, how do they do that? This is what I always ask people when they say they don't believe in technical analysis, all these things. And it's like, well, how do you decide when you're going to exit the market if you're already in? How have you decided to enter the market if you're already in now? And, they can't answer the question because they just kind of buy and sell when they feel like it. And that's not a good strategy, guys. That is definitely not what you want to be doing. So at least with the very basic technical analysis, you can understand at the bare minimal support and resistance, okay? At the very, very bare minimal support and resistance. So what levels are likely to be hit again. What levels we're likely to get to. If we go on to making new all-time highs, fantastic, that's great. It also is going to teach you that you want to take profits along the way if we start hitting new all-time highs, because ultimately when we end the next bullish market cycle, we're going to enter into another bearish market cycle. So after the next bullish market cycle, you can be prepared and you can understand that markets move in cycles, okay? It's human psychology. So if you can have that very basic grasp of the concept, you can do better than majority of the other people in the market just knowing those small details alone, okay? So, as I touched on before, the completely free course, it's in the link, guys. Don't, there's no hidden agenda crap there. It's legit. You put your name and your email address in. There's literally 8 videos that show you a complete strategy. And that complete strategy is, you can back test it if you like. In a bullish market cycle, that strategy will earn you ridiculous amounts of profit. You can back test it, okay? It's completely free. From there, if you want to learn the advanced stuff, yes, there's a subscription. I'm not hiding that. But the free complete course at least gives you everything you need to at least understand the market enough to buy and sell different levels, okay? Get yourself educated, because you need to be educated before the next bullish market cycle. You don't want to wait until the bullish market cycle hits and it starts ramping up. Bitcoin starts hitting new highs and new lows and everything again. We start breaking these previous levels and you're left scratching your head going, crap, should I buy now? Should I not buy now? What's happening? All of those things you need to be prepared for before that happens. If you're prepared for it before it happens, you're going to spend a little bit of time now for a lot less heartache in the future, okay? So, you know, get onto that, guys. It's free. Now, next thing we're going to talk about is, so that was kind of like an overview of the biggest mistakes of 2017, 2018. You know, during our last run in 2017, most of these people buying through this whole period, it was pure hype. Like, they had no idea what they were doing. They just heard about Bitcoin. They wanted to buy some because they thought they were missing out, and that's it. So a lot of people who have bought through this whole period have probably still got all of their Bitcoin, okay? If they had no idea what they were doing, they just bought it purely because it was everywhere. Everyone was talking about it. They didn't want to miss out. They didn't want to be that person that, you know, people are talking about in 6 to 12 months saying, oh man, you missed the Bitcoin train, blah, blah, blah. You know, they had no idea what they were doing. So if you're one of those people, don't feel bad, because everyone goes through that at some point in their investing life. You know, everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone looks, you know, if you've looked into Bitcoin as an investment to begin with, even if you bought at the all-time high, you know, props to you for at least looking at something outside of normal 40-hour work week or whatever. At least you're looking at something to try and take a risk or make some money on for your future. So, you know, don't feel too bad. Everyone gets caught up in something at some point. I got caught up in Forex stuff and copy trading platform called eToro at the very beginning of my journey, and I did the same thing. You join this thing. It's easy to see people making money on the platform. You've got no idea what you're actually doing. You end up copying these people who look like they're absolute guns, and then ultimately in a few months' time or 6 months' time, they end up blowing their accounts because the strategy they're using only works during that type of market, and the market cycle changes and their complete strategy is gone, or they end up not being able to control their emotions, and they end up, you know, entering into trades they shouldn't really be trading, all that sort of thing. So don't feel bad, guys. Every single person who, you know, invests in something at some point of their life fails. Everyone fails. The only difference between successful people and non-successful people are the successful people are the people who have failed and then persisted and then learnt more. The unsuccessful people that tell you never to buy into anything are the guys who bought into something at some point and then they failed, and then they think everything's a scam. They think everything's crap, and they're down because they were the person who lost and all this sort of crap. They're the people who haven't gone on to keep persisting and keep learning to get to the next point of the journey. Every single person is going to fail at some point during the journey. Guarantee that. Every single person. You don't learn from winning, you learn from losing, okay? Losing and persisting gets you success. Winning, you know, if you were to win on Bitcoin initially, you wouldn't have really learnt anything. The people who have lost and persist and learn, they're going to be the ones that are better off in the future, because they've persisted, they've learnt from their mistakes, they've learnt to do better, and they're going to be better off in the future instance, okay? So that's the biggest mistakes of 2017, 2018. Now, what we're going to head over to is, so I bought into this ICO a long time ago. It's called Playchip. It had partnerships with Australian teams and so on and so forth. I've bought a couple of ICOs before, which were gambling platform ICOs, and I did very well in those. So I gave this one a go based on, they actually had proper partnerships in place. They've got a platform in place already before the ICO. And they've just come out with their major announcement tonight being, proud to announce Playchip's going to be listed on Independent Reserve. Now, this is nothing to sell you guys. This has already happened. You can't buy the tokens anymore, guys. This is just an update as to, you know, keep up to date over the next few days on this. Because as of, say, the 19th, they're going to open up KYC, and they're going to be listed on Independent Reserve at an upcoming date, along with HitBTC and LA token, okay? But what it means is you need to get your KYC verification done ASAP if you're a part of this ICO, because you want to be, like any ICO, the best possible chance at a return if you're looking to flip it for a profit is obviously at the beginning of the listing. Okay, if you can be one of the first people to list on an exchange, you can obviously generate some pretty decent profits. So if you're a part of that ICO, keep up to date with that. Independent Reserve haven't listed any other ERC20 tokens for gaming related stuff, so that's pretty cool. This is obviously an Australian platform. Independent Reserve you can buy and sell Bitcoin with as well, so that's actually pretty cool. Hit BTC, obviously just a normal exchange. LA Token is a very low volume exchange, wouldn't even bother over there. Hit BTC would be trading on there. Now, the other thing I wanted to cover was bull market strategy for not necessarily 2019. We may still be bearish during the whole of 2019. We don't know. We want to see what happens on the charts. We want to see what happens with market movement. But again, guys, on here, startcrypto.online, trading content, beginner's course, okay? This whole course is going to set you up so you at least know the basics of technical analysis and technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Gives you a full course recap, how to use the entire strategy. Okay, and this beginner course is suited extremely well to a bullish market. It works crazily well in a bullish market, and once we enter a bullish market, you'll know about it because everyone will be talking about it. Our prices will be going through the roof again. You'll get, you're gonna see all of your coins jumping tens of 20s and 30s of percentage every day across the board. And if you're set up and you understand how to take advantage of that before it happens, you can then take advantage of it through the whole bullish market cycle. Okay, if you're not set up and you don't understand what you're doing before that, you then have to learn when everyone else is happily making profits. You know what I mean? So guys, make sure you learn beforehand. I can't stress that enough. Anyone that learns beforehand is going to be, we've seen how bullish things can be. We've seen how bearish things can be. So next bullish market cycle, you can only imagine the possibilities that are going to present themselves. Okay, so you want to be set up. And the beauty of it is you don't have to be sitting there watching your charts 24/7, guys. This whole course, this whole beginner course is focused around setting buy orders and setting sell orders. Okay, so you can literally go to your job, you can literally go to your day job, you can do all your normal daily tasks. Okay, you don't have to be sitting on the PC for hours every day. You can literally spend, say, 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes at night once you learn how to put this into play, and that's it. Your trading's done for the whole day. Okay, talking half an hour max a day once you've learned how to actually implement this. Okay, so it's very easy to learn, it's very easy to implement, it's made to be extremely easy. And we'll just see if anyone's talking about stuff. Not really at the moment, so that's all cool. So yeah, just wanted to touch on that as well. So make sure, guys, you're set up for the next bull market. Whenever the bull market happens, you want to be prepared for it. Last thing I want to touch on tonight, there's been no questions in here, so we'll finish up here with this Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. For anyone local, I'll be talking at an event. So if you do come along to this, guys, come up, introduce yourself, say hello. Happy to have a chat to anybody. This Thursday, 20th of December. I'll post it up in the chat as well. It's a Gold Coast meetup, and it's for all levels of people. Doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner and know nothing about the market, or or cryptocurrency at all, come along, have a chat. Get educated. So a few different people will be talking. I'll be talking at this event. 3 other guys will be talking about completely different stuff as well. So come along, guys. It's at Varsity Lakes, Gold Coast, 6:30 p.m. on Thursday night, which is the 20th of December. All right. So finish up there. No questions in chat. So we'll finish up there so I can get this uploaded for everybody else to see. And we'll go from there, guys. Happy Monday. Hope everyone has a great week. And I'll do another live in a couple of days, and we'll do some updates on Bitcoin price action, and our other altcoins that we're watching across Binance and BitMEX. Take it easy, guys. Have a good night. Cheers.